You are looking for a strong 4x4 snowball base. Well, this one starts as the usual 2x2, then adds a one height shell that can be turned into a basement in a matter of seconds, and features 4 identical towers that can be built early game to add up some great angles and defendability to our base. And all of that while being cheap and easy to build. But let me take you to the tour. Because right as we enter our base, we can see a window that allows us to see our door campers, as well as a window that allows us to look directly at them and take them down. We also have a barrel for some extra depot storage, and a cool little airlock over here. If we look back, we have a peak looking into our compound, and strong one at that. And on the left side of it, we have a door that takes us right into our compound. Above our gatehouse, we see a turret. This single turret overlooks the entire compound, a valuable point to highlight right there. Even though our seawall, with some shotgun traps, protects our base nicely, this raised up bedroom does it even better. Not only that we cover inside of our compound, we also cover the outside, and there's a little counterplay to this. But our compound doesn't end there. Because right next to our raised up bedrooms, we have a reverse waterfall connecting it to our towers. And even though it doesn't have the perfect retake as it should have, it connects our raised up bedroom and tower nicely and allows for some great outplay potential. Before we head inside, I have little something to show you. The thing that I'm currently doing is called pink walling, and it allows us to protect our base from rockets by building a massive wall. And this footprint is perfect for it. And using this netting here, we can jump on top of our bedrooms without obstructing any angles from our towers. But it's finally time to head inside. Near the bed, we see a retake looking at us. But more on that later. And a jump up taking us to the second floor. And after dealing with our airlock, we enter our shell. Inside our shell, we see some beds to respawn on, a barrel for our re-kits, and a hidden shotgun traps covering our shell at all costs. Also, if we crouch on our beds, we have a perfect head glitch onto our enemies trying to push in, and we are forcing them to stand spray. We already know who is winning that. Heading into our basement, we see lots of respawns and a tons of single doors. The one on the right acts as a retake into our shell, and our unbaitable shotgun traps covers our entrance. And over here is the retake that we were looking at when we entered the base, and you already know that it covers our entrance nicely. Our little basement module mirror on all 4 sides, and these single door squares allow us to have an airlock on our starter. When we enter our starter, we see some boxes, furnaces, and another single doors. We got our tier 2 here with some beds, and most importantly our TC with upkeep. While the upkeep might look high, you can always attach some external TCs, and I will even show that in the tutorial. Our second floor acts as our main loot, and you should put your best kits here as well as your tier 3. And if you jump even higher, you can see another loot room. If this storage isn't enough for you, you should always utilize your shell, as I always do in my vibes. We have finally reached our bedroom floor. Here you can put some beds, and in our airplane module we have space for even more beds and a great retake, with some extra storage and entrance from the other side into our peaks. I called it the airplane module because it feels like you're flying. Here is the airlock we talked about, but let's not talk about that. Let's just head right into our shooting floor or peaks, whatever you want to call it. You can theoretically call it both, because over here we have our shooting floor section with some cool long distance peaks that can be set up really early and easily. And this ramp? Well, this ramp is your peak section and you can peek with it downstairs. Both of these ramps complement each other, and if we head into our mobility, we can see our one way, perfect to retake our shooting floor. Now if we go up a floor, we can see another one way, this time covering our roof. But if you remove this window, you can turn your one way peak into peak covering top of the airplane module. Opening the door, we see the roof. That is guarded by 4 identical turrets, a peak looking down, and also to the distance, and our illegal double stack single doors. And yes, I will show you how to build these, and it's actually really simple. And look, even if you remove the singles, you still can't fall through it. Now these double doors act as a bit of a cover for the hall, and over here we see the identical peak as on the other side. Now behind these single doors there is our quick waterfall that we can use to drop down into our compound really quickly. Behind the chain link and double doors we find our tower, with some great peaks outside and possibility to be built early game. 2 of these have just a locker, but the other two have a hidden battery behind one of these lockers. That's the difference. Also, if you want, you can utilize these roof peaks to get even more angles. They're great to roof camp from, like, you know. And don't worry, the turret sees everything, even the top of our tower and wind turbine. Before we head into the tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to build a footprint. And so it's even better for you to visualize. On top right there, you can see the debug camera view, and right below it, you can see the first person view, so you can pick whichever one you want to look at. Also, now that I have some time, I want to invite you to the Discord, because me and my friends upload some updates about our videos there. The link is in the bio or in the description of this video, and I'll encourage you to check this out. It's a great thing. Great thing. Also, if you see my hands kind of flying into me, well, this was my first time learning animation, and I learned Blender, After Effects, Premiere Pro, every single thing to edit just one simple video, and I put like way too much time into this. It will be fixed, and I'll be using this in like most of my stuff. For example, like long form, short form, and yeah, I'll see you in the tutorial. Let's start by building a starter. First, we are going to use only our 2x1 and put walls around it. For the door, you can pick between single door or double door, based on how fast you want to progress and how deep your group is. I am going to use double doors. Place down your TC and let's make our starter bigger. We are going to make a jump up to the second floor and seal it off with a double door. Later switching with garage doors to make a jump up to the third floor. No matter how deep your group is, you're going to need an airlock, so let's build it. On this airlock, we're going to utilize two single doors, meaning you can pick which side do you want to peek or push from. Now let's do some deployables. Opponent starts smelting. Now we're going to mirror our airlock on all four sides, so we can make our basement separately every single time and make it easier to expand. Now that our base is perfectly symmetrical, I am going to use a mod called Symmetry, allowing me to build on all four sides, and you can see if it's turned on or turned off in top right corner. Before we start building the basement, we're going to seal this off to make our first floor shell. If we are ready to expand into our basement, we're going to start by building a single door in half height, so we can get retake into our later shell. Our jump up that will allow us to even get to the shell. And use these three triangles to make a jump up to the second floor. For that, we're gonna need to add one more triangle with a double door, so we can switch our double doors into garage doors. After we jump to the second floor and seal the roof off, we're gonna add one more height so our base isn't that easy to jump on early game. Make an airlock into our shell. And add double door here so no one can jump into your jump up area and hold you. The base should look something like this, but let's add some deployables into our basement. Now that our basement is done, let's bring our starter higher. We're gonna start by surrounding it with walls. Add a loot room. And to keep your loot protected, upgrade the Brutalist to metal and flip it. But let's go even higher. You can stop here when you get the 2 double doors, but nah, we're continuing. Now you can pick if you wanna do loot room here, or leave out the square and put the bedroom there. I'll show how to do the bedroom, because you can just copy your loot room from the other loot room that we'll be building inside your second floor. Now we're just gonna add some windows to see outside, within an airlock so no one can get inside. Hop up and build up your airplane module. And right here you're gonna seal one part off with half walls so you can put a loot room there, and the other one with just a ramp. Now that our deployables are done, let's polish some stuff, like adding honeycomb, or ramp. But finally, it's time for compound. We're going to start building like so. Remove the middle square and raise it up by 1. Add a spot for your locker inside this triangle. Some windows, and don't forget to protect them. And after we seal everything, add deployables like so. Also, add some floor grills so you isolate angles more. Now, instead of building the usual atrium corner, we'll put our square on the outside. And surround our square with triangles. We'll add peak outside with an airlock right next to it. Also, you can switch this wall into a window if you really want. Let's add a particle peak looking into our compound. Seal this off. Add 2 double door frames with 2 half walls for our turret. From our bedrooms, build out 1 triangle on each side and add window. Also, don't forget to add ramps into your entrances so you have better peaks. And it's time to pick how do you want to connect your base to your entrance. Over here is the simplest one. And after building this on all 4 sides, you'll make a single TC base. But what if you hate these frames? Well, you can make a single TC base by using floors instead, like so. But what if you want external TCs? On this one, I'll show you how to build a tunnel TC. You will need to go 4 squares out, and if your terrain doesn't allow you to, you can just raise it up by 1 like so. I think the terrain was a really good demonstration on how you would do it on your real vibe, but if you can make it flat, it's a lot better. You can add windows right here, but make sure they're at least 1 square from your TC. And definitely add an airlock with 2 single doors like so you can push from 2 different sides if wanted. At the part where you raised it up, you should make this higher by half wall as well, so you don't need to use any weird door peaks and sealing it off in a different way, it doesn't matter. Just raise it up by 1 and add 3 triangles for a TC. You can add deployables like so, and that is your tunnel TC done. But the cheapest option for your external TCs is definitely the last one. This final one, I decided to use the basic roof one everyone was using at the time of building this base. Holy man, the first version of this base was actually made. Raised up bedroom was actually a new thing. Feels hot, man. Make sure to build a half wall under a full wall, otherwise your disconnectable wouldn't work. Put your TC in the corner and make an airlock. And connect your TC with the entrance by using this 1-2-8 triangle. Now it's time to pick up your high walls. You'll need 4. Line them up with your bedrooms. And connect them right here. Now place 2 low walls and some supporting structures so you can place your barricade, so people can jump into your compound. If you want, you can add an extra barricade over here to be even more safe. But make sure you haven't blocked your pink walling square. Now let's add your tower. You can do it on 2 sides, but if you do it on 4, even better. It's great for early game defense, and if you want to utilize it even more, and you're thinking of building only 2 towers, build them on the side that the people might came from, because you have protected peak on that side and you can utilize it against them. So for example, you're living next to monument and on the other side they can build a fob, so you build on that side so you can shoot on them. All you need to do is raise up some frames like I already did, place down floor and your protected peak. Seal everything in and add a triangle for your locker and early game battery. And before you call your tower finished, just add up a 1 wind turbine on top and turn your turret on inside the compound. Place it like so. Time to work on your base. Starting with this jump up, add some half walls, a 1-way peak into your peaks, add a floor from your 1-way, put down half wall and double door frame for better stability, and do the same thing in the corner but flip it. Add 2 half walls from the outside. From the top, place down a twig. On this twig you're gonna place a ramp that will be holding up from the corner of your base, and you can remove the twig later. Now we're gonna add some door frames and you're gonna make a protected peak. Add some doors leading into your peaks. And add another window and seal everything off. Now you can either leave 1 window so you can peek on top of your airplane module, or you can add up another 1-way like we have in the shell. I'll just keep the 1 window and add a garage door leading up to your roof. The base should look something like this, and now the last thing that we need to do is our roof. Now add some doors leading up to your roof. And seal your middle module off. We are going to add our peaks on both sides. Now add some small boxes so you can actually stand on them, and build 1 triangle on each side and put windows on them. Now it's time to do our illegal double stack single door peak. All you need to do to make it yourself a bit easier, hop into your settings, head into screen, and set your FPS to 20. Now you're gonna be moving quickly up and down while aiming at the triangle that you're currently standing on. When you move, it should retarget on the other ledge, and after some spamming, you should be able to place down your single doors. Here you can see how it looks from another angle. Now you're just gonna add a single doors into it, so it's a bit more protected. Place down your double doors so the hall is even more covered. Right now, we only have 2 towers, because I picked to build only 2 of them, so I'll build the 2 others now. But you can notice, this tower is fully finished. We are going to put a large battery hidden behind a locker into this one. Also, don't forget your beds. But how do you actually build this one? I'll show you right now. All we need to do is bring up some double door frames. Add a triangle frame that will be our ladder hatch. Build our protected peaks. And it's done. Now we're going to quickly add a waterfall, so we don't need to take our reverse one to just quickly jump into the compound. We're gonna add a single door, we're gonna put the roof here and seal off our peak with it on the other side as well. Now put down a place for your turrets. Add your chain link and chain link doors to protect your turrets that you will place now. And since I am a bit stupid, I left only 2-sided symmetry, so I'll finish this part off as well. The last thing left is just to add some roofs here. And the base is done. I hope you have a great vibe inside this base, and thank you for all the support that you left on the last video. Like 5,000 views is a lot, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you in the next vid.